Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to generate job descriptions automatically using Google Gemini. So do you also wish to do this? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm an HR manager of a tech company and we are constantly hiring for new positions. And now as you know that it is really difficult to write the job descriptions again and again, it is really time consuming. So to do this we are going to create a connection between these applications so that as soon as I add the job title in my Google Sheets, automatically with the help of Gemini, the job description should be generated and that description should be added in my Google Sheets again. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Google Sheets, Gemini and then Google Sheets again. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to write job description automatically using Google Gemini. So as you know that I'm a HR manager at a growing tech company and our company is rapidly expanding. We need to hire new talent quickly. So writing detailed and engaging job descriptions for multiple positions is really time consuming and repetitive. So to solve this problem, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly and now I want that as soon as I upload the job title in my Google Sheets, automatically the generated job description should be added right over here, which can save me a lot of amount of time. So to do this, we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly and over here you can see that I've opened it simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. So it is very easy. So as soon as you are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, I'm going to click on this button which says create a workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations and I want to name my workflow as how to generate job descriptions automatically using Google Gemini. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So where we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger. So now I'm going to select my trigger application which is Google Sheets because I want that as soon as I upload a new title in my Google Sheets, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Google Sheets right over here and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet rows. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets account and our Pabbly's workflow. So first we are going to copy the webhook URL and then we are going to read the help text and it is saying log in into your single Google Sheet account, create a new spreadsheet and navigate to extensions, move on to add-ons option and then click on get add-ons. So first we are going to open our Google Sheets account and over here you can see that this is the sheet I'm going to create the automation for. So from here we have to go on extension and then add-ons and then we have to go and get add-ons. And now we are going to search for Pabbly Connect's webhook right over here. So I'm going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it and now you can see Pabbly Connect webhooks. So as you can see that I've already installed this, that's why it is giving me the option of uninstall. But if you haven't installed this, you are going to get the option of install right from here. And as soon as you're going to install this, then you have to refresh the page. And now after refreshing the page, we are going to go on extensions again and you are going to get the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here. And now after going on this, we are going to go on initial setup. And as you can see that now it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. We are going to paste the webhook URL which we copied from our workflow. And then for the trigger column, we are going to read this. It is saying the trigger column will be a final data column. So over here you can see that my final data column should be A because I want that as soon as I add the job title, automatically the details should be sent to my workflow. So that's why I'm going to select A right over here. So I'm going to enter it and then we are going to click on submit. And yes, you can see setup configured successfully. So now I'm going to click on send test because I want to send this test data to my workflow. And yes, you can see test data sent successfully business analyst. So I'm going back to my workflow and we are going to check that if we have received the response or not. But before going to do this, we are going to go on extensions and then again Pabbly Connect webhooks, and over here you can see the button of send on event. So we have to switch this button on so that as soon as a new event is updated or created in my Google Sheets, automatically the response should be sent to my workflow. And yes, you can see that now this button is switched on. So now we can go back to our workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here you can see trigger column A, spreadsheet name, over here you can see the sheet name and also the job title. So yes, with this our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select Google Generative AI because I want to generate job descriptions of the new title updated in my spreadsheet. So I'm going to search for Google Generative AI, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as generate content, and then we are going to click on connect, and as you can see that now it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Generative AI account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the API key, and over here in the help text you can see that it is saying enter the API key here. To obtain the API key, log into your Google AI Studio and go to get API key section. So you are going to click on this hyperlink to log into our Google AI Studio. So I'm going to click on this hyperlink, and now you can see that it is opening my Google AI Studio, and now from here we are going to select the model as Gemini 1.5 Pro, and then from the left sidebar we are going to go on get API key, and over here you can see that I've created many API keys already, but I'm going to create a new. So I'm going to click on create API key, and over here it is asking me to select the Google Cloud project. So I'm going to select my project, which is Pabbly testing. So I'm going to select it, and now after selecting my project, we are going to click on create API key in existing project, and now it is saying generating API key. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created our API key. So I'm going to copy this API key, and then we are going to paste this same key in our workflow right over here. And now after pasting this key, we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Google Generative AI account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the text. So we have to enter the prompt right over here, which we can give to Gemini. So I'm going to enter the prompt as this. I'll provide you with the job title, and your task is to create a comprehensive job description. Make sure to include these following sections. Over here you can see all these sections, and then it is here's the information about the job description, job title, right under 200 words. So as you can see that I've entered the prompt, and over here I've left the space in front of job title because I'm going to map this job title. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details received from the Google Sheets only. So over here, if I'm going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received in my Google Sheet. So I'm going to give you an example that over here in front of job title, if I'm going to enter business analyst, suppose like this manually, then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, suppose this, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the model. So I'm going to select the model as Gemini Pro. And now for the methods, we are going to select it as generate content only. And then we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response. Over here you can see the answer we received from Google Gemini. So we are going to map this same answer in our next action step, which would be Google Sheets. So first, as you can see that over here in front of business analyst job overview, there are two stars. I want to remove these stars to make it more organized. So to do this, I'm going to add another action step first so that I can remove these stars right from here. So I'm going to add the action application as text formatter by Pabbly. So it is a feature by Pabbly which can help you format the text. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as replace text, and then we are going to click on connect, and now we are going to map the same text right over here, which is this. So now after mapping the text, we have to find the text which we want to replace. So where the text is 2 stars, so I'm going to enter it manually, and it is asking me for the replace. So I want to replace it with blank, and you can see in the help text it is saying if you want to replace the text with blank, use blank tag. So we are going to use this tag to replace it with the blank. So I'm going to enter the same tag right over here, and then we are going to click on save and send test request. So I'm going to click on it. And yes, you can see replace. Over here you can see the result that we replaced. You can see that these stars have been removed. So as you can see, only the 2 stars have been removed. You can see that 1 stars are already there. So these are acting as bullet points. So I don't want to remove this. So now I'm going to add another action step so that we can add this text in my Google Sheet. So for the action application, again, we are going to select Google Sheets right over here. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as update cell value. So I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, update cell value. So I'm going to select it. And then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that now it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and then sign in with Google. And now after selecting my account, it is asking me for some permission. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow Pabbly safe, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the spreadsheet name. So as you know, the name of my spreadsheet is job description. So we are going to select same right over here, which is job description. And as you can see that we only have a single sheet in my spreadsheet. So that's why we are going to get the option of the one only. So now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the range and the value. So to get this, we are going to read the help text, and it is saying enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated right over here. So now we are going to enter the range right over here. So as you can see in the example, it is saying we have to enter it as like C5, row name and then row index. So as you know, the row name is B, so this will remain constant. So I'm going to enter it as B manually, but row index will definitely change because with every new row, this will also move downwards. Like for business analyst, it is B2, but if I'm going to add another job title, it would be B3. So that's why we are going to map the row index right over here. So to map this, we are going to open this Google Sheets tab, and over here you can see row index. So we are going to map this. So now with every new response, this row index will also change, and then automatically the new job description would be added down right over here. So yes, after doing this, it is asking me for the value. So we are going to map the value which we want to enter in that cell. So over here we are going to open our text formatter by Pabbly response, and as you can see the result, so we are going to map this. And after doing all of this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added the details in our Google Sheets. So I'm going to open my Sheets and check that if we have added the details there or not. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets, and yes, you can see that we have added the details right over here. You can see all the same details that we received from the response, where you can see the job overview, key responsibilities, required skills, qualification, company culture, and the benefits. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my Google Sheets, and now we are going to add another job title right over here, which is, and as you can see that I have entered it successfully, and now we are going to wait for a few seconds, and then we are going to check that if we are going to receive the job description automatically or not. So we are going to wait for a few seconds, and yes, you can see job title, job overview with the same, all the same details has been received automatically. So yes, you can see that with this our workflow is successful, and this time we were not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. As soon as I added the job title, automatically Google Generative AI generated the job description and add it in my Google Sheets. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For our trigger application, we selected Google Sheets. For the trigger event, we selected new or updated spreadsheet row. For the action application, we selected Google Generative AI, and then for the action event, we selected generate content. Again, for the action application, we selected text formatter by Pabbly, and then for the action event, we selected replace text, and then for the action application, we selected Google Sheets, and then for the action event, we selected update cell value, because I wanted that as soon as I added a new job title in my Google Sheets, automatically that title should be sent in this prompt which I have entered, and with the help of this prompt, answer should be generated from Google Gemini, and as you can see the answer generated. And further, in this answer you can see the 2 stars, so I wanted to remove these stars, so that's why we added text formatter by Pabbly. And then I wish that as soon as we receive the result from this, which is this of the removed stars, automatically this result should be added in my Google Sheets too. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the 2 job descriptions I added right over here in my Google Sheet, one for business analyst and one for data analyst. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow too. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.